So today we will be looking at whatever tabs we didn't cover we will cover today. In the account section, all identities will be populated, whatever we have created. So this is called account. There is a difference between identity and accounts. Identity means you got employee details from the corporate source. You can say authoritative system or else trusted. So if you are going to get employee details from there, then it's going to consider as identity. If you are going to get employee details from applications and those employee details is going to store in this identity section. There is a difference. Just try to understand. So let's talk about password policy. First, password policy. You have created an application. You got some identity and application team fields. We need to define some policy. Password policy means some minimum character has to be there, maximum character number of password. Some uppercase has to be there, some lowercase has to be there. So they are feeling so security breach should not happen, and this is the password we are going to define. So how you are going to achieve any idea? From back, and how we can achieve. If it is a different IAM tool, then it's how I mean, any idea. Guys, we can define here. It shows all these. I mean, probably it'll have the validation and everything to recognize. Otherwise, usually in Active Directory, it is done through the GPOs and everything. Okay, so just click on the Create New Policy. From here you can define your policies as per the client requirement. Maximum number of character. Minimum number of character. You can mention the policy name and all OK. How many minimum number of digits? Minimum uppercase. Minimum lowercase. Minimum special character password history length. So, if you're going to define these things, password policy will be created. So just check from the back, I have created one password policy. From back, and how it's going to look like. So password policy is an object I have created. On password policy, rack up default password policy. So these are the XML tags. No need to worry about these things. This XML tags, anyway, I'm going to copy from the existing one. Okay, if you want to create any custom policy, what I'll do I'm going to copy paste everything. So just click on here, click New. So from here you can remove these things. If you want to create any object, the XML tag is going to be same for everything. Every object, XML object. Okay, so this is the default password policy we have created. If you want, you can create from here. If you want to create from back-end using Eclipse or an object browser, you can achieve. Okay, so I have given password. History should be password maximum length and minimum length. It's similar to all these things, only whatever I have mentioned here. So let me add here so. Something I have modified. Let's save and just have a look. Oh, it's not allowing us to save. It's giving some administrator permission error. I guess you save it and delete the error properly if you know, when it comes to Sailpoint, it won't ask for any administrator error. I have missed. There is some pass error. Please check in. So 27 and 28 line, brother. Yeah, I made some mistake. So leave it as of now. So some password policy we have created in the back end. If you want to use it for the existing one in that scenario, you can click for this exist. Add existing policy. And this password is for this application. Right, exactly. Application. Whoever is going to use, who is going to log in. You can consider, okay, so this is the default policy I have created. So password must have at least 4-digit. Okay, so in that user cannot reuse any of your last 8 passwords, must have at least 8 characters, something we have different in the back end, so same. It's replicating here. Okay. So yeah, okay, but right now we have just performed the aggregation, which is like updating the identities in Sailpoint and password. We have not yet done the go ahead. Yeah, we have not yet provisioned it to the end directory, right, I mean? So what's the significance of this password policy at this moment? I mean, okay, let me explain, no issue. So I'll complete this. After that I'll explain. So whenever employee is going to log in a particular application, he has to follow this password policy. Then only it will allow him to create or reset his password. So here you can add the identity filter. This password is going to applicable for all identities, which mean all application accounts, or is there any particular people? If you want to filter something or you want to create some group of people, and you want to apply this password policy for those group of people, so you can achieve from here, okay. So let me clarify. So you have Sailpoint, you have target system. Target system yesterday we have created called drive. Okay, we have created an application, and we have done the aggregation so that we got all those identities into Sailpoint. Okay, the same identity is going to access this drive using some link or anything. Right? This is web-based application. Consider we are going to mention. The employee is going to mention the URL he's going to click on. Enter. It will ask for my username password. Alright, is that what you're asking? Yeah, I mean it, I'm okay. It raises again 2 more questions. Because when we are doing the onboarding of the applications, which there are already users in there in the application, they already have some passwords already set up. Right, exactly the moment we're going to define this password policy, they have to reset. They have to follow, okay. So let me clear that doubt as well. So from here, if anyone is going to reset his password, any employee. Let's take an example, James Smith. I'm going to click on Change Password. Here we have option, require the user to change their password the next time that they log in, which means they will get some temporary password or any password. I'm going to enable this. They have to reset their password once they log in. Which password? Because this is the identity cube, this entire password. Entire means, I can say, if they got some birth rate access, in that scenario, it will be applicable for birth rate access. Are their system Sailpoint? This is all about Sailpoint. This password is applicable for Sailpoint, not any application. Just for example, I said so, the same button. Sorry to interrupt, but I think the question was, so first you create the application and then you import the identities? And then you provision the access to the identity right, and then you go to the last step. Project. This is not the case, right? So, for learning purpose, have explained everything so that you can understand.